Hey guys, Kurt from Time Machine Transport. Just sitting here in Kent, Washington. Been here since Monday. Late morning. I delivered those pods, and man, it is dead as far as loads. Oh my God! I literally, man, within seconds, these loads are gone off the load board. I've never seen anything like it, man. I mean, even the shitty loads gone within seconds. Anyways, I finally got some stuff out of here. So, and I'm not a guy to haul shit for less than $1.50 a mile. Guys are, oh yeah, I don't haul anything less than $2 or $3 a mile. Yeah, my ass, you don't. You're a fucking liar. But anyways, I've never hauled. I can't say never. I'm sure I've hauled cheap freight before, but anyways, it gets me close to the house, and that's where I need to get, because some serious stuff is actually, it's coming about, man. So anyways, I listen to YouTube all the time, and obviously probably not a lot of it is true, I'm sure, but like I said in my last video, these aren't yahoos sitting in lawn chairs drinking Milwaukee's Best. I mean, these are educated people, so I tend to listen to educated people, because they have something to teach us, and we can always learn. So there's a guy that the guy said, go fuck yourself. On my last video, Roy Potter, he's a retired Army colonel, and I'm former military myself, served time in an elite combat unit. But anyways, he did a video last night that I was listening to when I was trying to go to bed, trying to go to sleep, and made a lot of sense, man. Holy cow. I mean, kind of made the hair stand up on the back of my neck. So you guys should really go over to his channel, check it out, and check out his last video. It's Roy Potter QA. I don't agree with the way he slams Trump, but he's got some valid points, man. So there's 3 points. There's 3 points, I guess, that would, I guess, kind of control Western society, is what he says. One of them being Washington, D.C., obviously the hub of our political scene, and that would also include New York City for our financial scene, and Trump being that he hasn't really done any press conferences with the presidential seal on the podium and the presidential flag in the background. And this has been on YouTube for quite some time now. So they're saying that he isn't necessarily in control anymore. And if you guys believe that there is a thing as a deep state or the New World Order, excuse me, then this definitely is very, very plausible. The second point would be London, England, with the royal family, and how Prince Harry, they moved to Canada, him and his wife and their baby moved to Canada, and he was stripped of his title, Prince. Now, Roy Potter says that the royal family isn't really the true bloodline. The current royal family is not really the true bloodline, I guess. And he referred to them as the Hanovers. And somehow, some way, Princess Diana was impregnated by somebody of the real royal bloodline, and I guess it was intentional. So Prince Harry is actually the person that would be rightfully named to the leader or the controller of England. But being that he went to Canada and they stripped him of his title or his right, so that would make sense. That, and then the third would be the Vatican. Well, the Pope just released his title. All of a sudden, I guess he's just called the Bishop of Rome now. And I mean, the Vatican, they say all roads lead to the Vatican as far as all the crazy shit and all the New World Order and the deep state and how corrupt the Vatican is, and so on and so on and so on. But Pope Francis, which he now does not go by that, he goes by his birth given name. I forgot what it was, but So he is the vicar of Christ, which means he represents Christ. I'm not a religious man, but I am a believer. I have a lot of questions on the Bible and so on and everything else. I have a buddy that's a pastor, and my wife, hi Sarah, I love you. My wife's parents, when her dad was alive, were missionaries, and her mom and her stepdad are still missionaries to this day. It's a family of believers and pretty religious, but loving, grateful, and honest people, which I love being around that. So anyways, so the Pope released his title of the Pope, went to his birth name, and he also released that he is no longer the vicar of Christ. That's pretty interesting. And I guess, and I didn't know this, I'm just sharing it with you guys. I had no idea the definition of vicariously until Roy Potter mentioned it in his last night video. You guys should go over and check it out. It's pretty intriguing. But so the Pope being the vicar of Christ, vicariously means standing in. So he's standing in, or he represents Christ. Well, he just released that title as the vicar of Christ. I mean, who would have thought? I don't know, man. It's crazy. But so that would be the 3 points: Trump not being in control, Prince Harry not being in control, and now the Pope not being in control. So they have all these Jewish people in Israel that are saying that the Messiahs either the Messiah's coming this month or sometime this year, but it would also, I mean, they say that the Antichrist or the false Messiah is going to come before actual Jesus comes back, I guess. So, and like I said, I'm probably talking out of my ass here because I really don't know. But anyways, I'm just trying to share information, and you guys should go check it out. But also, there's another channel called Israeli News Live with Stephen Ben-Nun. And he's ex-CIA, so he says, and people have vetted it. I guess he is ex-CIA. And he did a video yesterday or a couple days ago. One warning to people, like, this is really, really going to go bad. And you can't believe everything. They say, like I said in my last video, believe nothing of what you see and half of what you hear. But a lot of the things they're talking about they're very intriguing and very, very plausible, man. I mean, I think that this was, if this virus isn't a bioweapon, it was definitely created by somebody to keep us in our homes. They now have armed military in Maryland, I guess. And, they say that there's a big asteroid coming April 29th and all this other stuff. And who knows, man? I mean, they said that this asteroid is supposed to come by the Earth April 29th, and we have asteroids all the time that skim by the Earth. But NASA was keeping their eye on this thing, saying that it was 6 million miles away, and now it was going to miss the Earth by 6 million miles. Now it's supposed to miss the Earth by 584,000 miles. That's a huge discrepancy, if you ask me. There's also a guy, Paul Begley, which I don't like Paul Begley. I think he's a greedy, false preacher, prophet guy. I don't like what he does. He does stuff on his YouTube channel and tries to sell his products and everything else. Has a Patreon channel. He'll only tell you certain things if you go on his Patreon channel. Well, my buddy's a pastor, and I'm sure he doesn't just tell you stuff if you pay him. I mean, he tells people what's going on with the Bible and the belief and everything else for free. Well, I mean, I'm sure he gets paid. He has to pay his bills, but he doesn't force you to go on a Patreon channel or say, hey, if you pay me $100, you can go in my office and I'll tell you some deep secrets that I won't tell the rest of the congregation. That's a false prophet. That to me, Paul Begley is not a pastor. But anyways, he's got a guy on his channel called Mike. And they call him Mike from around the world. And I guess he's some sort of spook and I don't mean spook in a bad way. I mean a spook like a deep ops guy who works for one of the alphabet agencies. anyways, so he says that there's an event coming on May 12th of this year. And again, take it for what you will. If you believe it, you believe it. If you don't, you don't. I mean, my wife, we're prepared. So I'm just trying to share some information. So anyways, Mike from around the world says that there's going to be an event this year on May 12th that will change people's belief and the way that they live and think. Is that the false Messiah? The Antichrist? I don't know. And I don't think it's Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law. I don't think. Who knows? It could be. Who knows? But there's something definitely coming. I'm telling my wife just about daily that there is something more to this, and I just have a bad feeling. Also, Roy Potter's son, I guess, is pretty religious and has a lot of deep thoughts, and he's very in tuned, I guess, to religious thinking or belief. Anyways, he had called his dad or texted his dad and said Nimrod is here. And another name for Satan is, or the Antichrist, is Nimrod in the Bible. So that was pretty interesting. So I don't know. I'm just kind of putting out a warning to people, like everybody else is on YouTube. But I'm not one of these conspiracy theorists that, you know, you need to go dig a hole in the ground but you know, we have, like I said, my wife and I, we prepare, and we have a bunch of people that are going to come with us if shit hits the fan. But I really think it's going to be martial law. People are saying, oh, it's martial law. Now, dude, you have no idea what martial law is, man. You have no idea. You know, I've been in a military scenario in Iraq and stuff. That's martial law. But anyways, you should really have some extra food and water, not necessarily water, but definitely food and water filtration, gravity fed filtration system, nothing on batteries or something that you need by power. We have a lot of everything, my wife and I, and but anyways, so it's just this is just a warning. I mean, the Jews are saying that the Messiah, I don't know, I think they said it's the Messiah is going to come this month or this year. And then Mike from around the world says May 12th is going to change people's belief in the way they think and their lives in general. Not like our lives haven't already been changed, but they definitely have us monkeys in a cage right now, saying we can't do this, we can't do that. And I really think that, you know, and Stephen Ben-Nun from Israeli News Live, he's saying that, you know, the America that we woke up in, you know, a few months ago is not going to, it's going to be changed forever. And like I said, if you believe it or not, I truly believe it. But I think that these educated people are really making a lot of sense. And if you want to believe that this isn't going anywhere, then you're probably, and I'm not accusing or trying to belittle anybody, but you're just one of those monkeys in the cage. Don't be a monkey. Get out of that cage and start, you know, organizing as people and have a plan of a way out, in case things do. I mean, we've told friends too, like, oh, you should, and they all just kind of ignore us and just, that's crazy thinking and this and that. Well, is it crazy to have cargo insurance if you're a trucking company? No. Is it crazy to have car insurance? No. Is it crazy to have a life insurance? No. Is it crazy to have cell phone insurance? No. I mean, you're just planning for the what if. And I think that you should all, whoever watches this video, should plan for the what if. And it's not, I don't know if it's even the what if anymore. It's the what when it happens. But yeah, man, just go to Roy Potter's channel, go to Israeli News channel, and listen to the things that they have to say, because it really is kind of, it's very interesting, intriguing, but I mean, for the Pope to release his title as the Pope, and he's no longer the vicar of Christ, and Trump without the presidential seal, and Prince Harry stripped of his title, who really blood-wise, it was the next in line for the throne. So these are some serious bad times, I believe, that we're living in. So just please be careful and be prepared. Have that insurance policy for the what when, because it's not what if, it's what when. And I hope I was able to open up some minds. If you're an open-minded individual, but please just be aware. Things are definitely happening, and they're happening very soon. I hope this video was informational. If it was, please like and subscribe to the channel. I do videos every, I don't know. I'm going to probably start doing more. So God bless everybody. Be safe. Ciao.